It's Excuse Our Banter with another great episode. The podcast you never knew you loved so much in your ear. We have a great episode planned for you guys. We're going to jump into the highly acclaimed, highly anticipated, spicy House of Dragons episode 1 and 2 recap. We're going to give you guys our impressions. We're going to talk about the characters and what's happened so far in episode 1 and 2. Let's get it.
Been a bit of an interesting week, so I just wanted to ask you, how was your week? How's it going?
My week was actually pretty relaxing, very relaxing. It was hot this week. I'm over this heat wave. I don't know about you guys. Apparently there's been record highs over in the UK, right? In Europe, record highs over in China. It is just unrelenting, heat wave.
I heard about the China one actually, but no, it's not been a heat wave. It's been raining quite heavy.
Wait, it's been raining over there now?
Yeah, it's been raining.
So it's cooled off.
It's cooled off. It's still kind of humidy, but it's definitely better now because the rain has come in and settled.
That's good. Well, at least you guys got some relief. Apparently, I know we had a conversation about it, but yeah, ACs are very rare over there.
Yeah. We don't have them. We just don't need them because we get more cold than we do hot. So we've never had instances where we need to have them in every single household. But like, we do have fans. I mean, occasionally we'll bring a fan out and we would put it back in the shed. But in the winter times, our houses are quite warm because they're made out of bricks and heat can't really escape.
So it keeps the heat. Yeah.
So you can imagine on hot days where our houses are quite well insulated, that we die inside. Sometimes it's hotter inside than it is outside.
So you gotta open your windows, huh?
Yeah, gotta open the windows. The air is thick, but luckily it's been raining and it's been nice. I like heavy rain. It's like one of my favorite kind of settings. You ever listen?
It is relaxing.
You ever listen to like the what do you call it? Those little mood music where it's just like rainfall.
Yeah, like the there's like a bunch of lo-fi channels that have that like. Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
That's straight up my alley. Honestly, I love that music, just the sounds, like just even the smell. You ever smelt rain? It's just that rainy smell.
I didn't think you're saying so. They got this. So down south, they got this country saying, but yeah. I remember someone saying on Twitter, if you smell rain, your country is shit. So yeah, I've definitely smelled rain before from down south. So. Crap. Yeah,
fair enough. Look, I'm so used to rain. It's quite unappealing, but yeah, it's nice to have some sun. But I heard about China, man. It's really hot there. That it's dried up some of the lakes, and I hear that it's going to affect everyone else, and we could be running into some more problems.
Yeah, so I've been seeing the same thing, and I've been looking to it. A lot of people kind of just, record heat, whatever, everybody's hot. But yeah, record heat and drought in China.
Yeah, that's
so
not good.
they've been experiencing an 11-week heat wave.
11 week.
Yeah, Southwest China.
We never really hear about it because I guess we just don't care. But China is a big player in the whole world. If China goes down, then we kind of go down too, man. The whole world goes down.
I mean, we do import a lot of goods from them.
Oh yeah. 100%.
So so they've been experiencing an 11-week heat wave in Southwest China. Apparently, this region really depends on the dams for more than 3/4 of its electricity from the generators. So I don't know how that's gonna go. I think the river that everybody's seen that's been drying up is called the Yangtze River.
Yeah, China is kind of crazy because they I don't know if you know about the Mekong River, right? They essentially have majority control over Mekong River, and Mekong River doesn't go through just China. It goes through many different countries. It feeds into it, but it starts at China. So China built so many dams that all the other countries, they don't get enough water. They built so many dams on that river that the other countries don't get enough water. So essentially, China has cut off those countries from that Mekong River.
From water.
All these countries some of them have built houses on the river, like right next to the river, so they could do like their fishing, their normal stuff. But yeah, due to China building so many dams, it's like destroyed so much of those countries' economies and like welfare. Honestly, it's kind of nuts.
Yeah, I'm looking at pictures right now, and this is insane.
Yeah.
So I think what everybody is worried about, like you said, is how is this going to trickle down and affect us? Not just economically, but weather-wise too. So, people are saying that this heat wave is going to come here, or it's going to be worse next summer. So, who knows?
Yeah, it is kind of crazy.
Yeah, all we could do is cross our fingers and Jesus. All right, let's jump into some House of Dragons. What do you say?
House of Dragons, amazing. Yeah, I just watched episode 2. It's fresh in my head, so I don't know if you want to recap number 1.
Yeah, let's go over number 1. So for us and the viewer's sake.
Cool. So we start off. I think it begins with just understanding who everyone is, and King Viserys, basically Targaryen, who got assigned to lead the Targaryen household. Cool. And then we learn about his wife and all the other characters. It's nice to know who everyone is, where they stand, what everything is, which is nice because we saw in the first episode, we saw Daemon. He looks like a nice brother, loyal brother, but then some stuff happens. We kind of learn that he's a bit of a bad guy because he got his gold cloaks to like basically murder everyone on the streets for no reason.
Yeah, that was wild.
He didn't do that. He didn't have a reason, did he?
So I'm actually thinking back at that. Well, it was just a power trip straight up. They were just his reasoning was his brother has let this part of the city get overrun with crime, and he's just doing his due diligence. I think that's how he
justifies
spun it.
Yeah,
that's how he justifies it. But it was crazy. They were just like walking around going thief, killer, just chopping limbs off. So many limbs, they needed a wagon. Jesus.
Oh, it was nuts. It was not a pretty episode, that's for sure.
Hey, but it was start with a bang, right?
Start with a bang. Later on in that episode, we kind of learn about Viserys. He's got a bit of a tumor or some sort of virus that's kind of killing him, right? You saw that? Mm-hmm. They had leeches suck out his blood and stuff.
Yeah. He had a sore on his back.
Yeah,
and they were going through that.
They're getting that sorted, but I think that's going to play a bigger role, potentially.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of.
Oh, yeah, I think it already has an episode 2. So you slowly, from my perspective, you slowly start to see this man fall apart.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. It's similar to what happened to Joffrey, where everything was going right for him, but then it just went wrong. So it's quite interesting to see.
Yeah.
So we start off with also, his sister Rhaenys. She wasn't married at the time. She was called, I believe her name was Valerion, but then she married Corlys.
Corlys.
Changed her name as well. I forgot his last name. What was his last name?
His last name is Valerion.
Oh, his name is Valerion. Okay, so that is right. Fair enough. But yeah, so that was interesting. We see I believe she was dubbed the princess that never was.
Yes, and it looks like, and it sounds like the family is always going to hold on to that. She was so close.
But there was no females as king or queen or whatever, which was interesting. So like I said, he got assigned to be the king, and by his father said that, hey, no, I don't want any beef in this realm. I want to ensure that Viserys is king. No one else is gonna fight each other. So cool, whatever. We move on. We're in King's Landing. He's king. He's ruling over the place. He doesn't look like a very intelligent leader, just from the surface level. It kind of reminds me of the Baratheon, the king. I forget his name. Baratheon back in the day in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, kind of like a pushover.
Yeah,
very timid, a pushover. I feel like he has a tug of war of how he really feels, how he normally leads, and then how everybody wants him to lead. He's just caught in the middle.
Yeah, I think that's kind of every king though in this lore, where they're just kind of pampered and they're like a figurehead while everyone else runs everything for them. And in this case, it's the hand of the king, right? Hightower.
Yes, Hightower.
Otto Hightower.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite actors. He's Reese Ifans. Played a bunch of roles. He played the Lizard in Spider-Man as well, which is quite interesting.
I did not know that. Now I know.
I think that was one of his poorer roles, but hey, whatever. But it was good. It was good. I see him playing Otto Hightower. Pretty cool character. On the surface, again, on the first episode, it looks like he's a good guy because he's like taking the side of, the king and saying, hey, we should not allow Damon to keep doing this, killing people and initiating wars. He seems to be the nice guy, but he's a bit of an asshole too because the way what happens in at the end of episode 1 and what he does with his daughter is quite interesting. He basically sells her off to the king, which is quite savage, but I guess it makes sense for the time that it's set at.
Yeah, for the time period. But before we get too far, let's rewind a little bit. What did you think about the jousting match?
It was cool. I think it's a way to establish like what's going on. It wasn't as high stakes as, remember, the Dornish in Game of Thrones.
Oh yes, yep.
It wasn't as high stakes as that, but it was cool to watch. It was, there was a lot of murdering, and obviously we see one Dornish guy, the guy Chris, I believe his name is Christo or something like that. And he started winning a couple of his fights, and he met, more importantly, he won against Damon.
Yeah, Damon. Kristen Cole won against Damon.
Won against Damon. I thought he was gonna get murdered or he's gonna get backstabbed. When he was helping him up.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah,
that was like
when he knocked,
textbook.
Oh, when he knocked him down and he said yield. And then he, Damien with his shifty eyes was looking around. I was like, no, he's gonna stab him in the back. He's gonna kill him. But he did it. He did it. But I'm watching it and they're just jousting like normal, right?
Yeah.
And people are falling through. I was getting wrecked, and then they start fighting, and I'm like, wait, is no one gonna stop him? Like, is this just normal?
I guess that's normal. If you decide to fight, you fight. But like, you either yield or you murder him, I guess. I think that's the idea, right? You either they can yield or murder him.
So it's like, if you don't get the wind knocked out of you and your bones broken, your chest in cave jousting, and you want to fight them to death, you might as well, right? I feel like that's just being like a sore loser. Like, you beat me jousting, now I'm going to murder you. And it's like, wow, okay.
But I think the winners do that, right? The winners, I saw the guy won, and then he just killed him off. He killed off his opponent. Right?
He did, yeah. That first time.
I don't know the rules of it, but it was insane.
I'm sitting there like, whoa, what's going on? That escalated very quickly.
Yeah, you know what? That was interesting. But the most important thing is Viserys's wife was giving birth at the time, right?
Yes.
The big decision was to either lose a child or lose the wife, but they ended up losing both. Unfortunately, spoilers. Interesting. What would you have done? Like, that was difficult for him. I think he should have saved one of them at the very least. Like, not one of them, sorry, the wife, not the child. The child is expendable because
they can make another one.
Yeah, she could try for another one.
Yeah, right? Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think Viserys was so desperate for a son, an heir, right? Because I mean, he's obviously sick. There's obviously something going on with him. He's not telling everybody, so he's counting on a heir because obviously he doesn't have an heir. Guess who's next in line? Damien. And there's so much pressure right now to not have Damien lead that he's just like, hey, like, he's just blinded by this desperate need to fulfill his king duties, as they say, right? So, I mean, to sit there and sacrifice his wife, his love, his queen for his son. And so I'm sitting there thinking, like, okay, he's going to let her know, like, hey, we're going to cut you open and you're going to die. And they're going to have this, like, really, like, deep meaning, eye contact, romantic, like, goodbye. No, this man jumped her. They jumped her, held her hands down, cut her belly open, and she's just like, I don't know. That scene made me feel like,
that was wheezy.
That scene made me feel a little queasy because I mean, you're literally murdering your wife.
Yeah.
Right. They held her arms down and they cut her open, and she was gonna die. That is crazy. That blew my mind right there.
Crazy. The choice. But yeah, that was messed up.
That was wild. The choice I would have made, I would probably saved her. I would have chosen to save her.
Yeah, I mean,
100%.
obviously, but I think this guy wasn't thinking straight. He had a lot of pressure anyway to have that child. So fair enough. Whatever. Moving on. Rhaenyra is now his heir, I guess. So it was the choice of having, his brother, who basically went around and just mocked him that his son is dead and his wife is dead. He omitted him from the King's Guard, right? And he banished him. Essentially banished him, right?
Yep.
And now he named his daughter as heir. So obviously there's problems with that anyway, because that's going to be the very first time. The very first. So,
and that's what they didn't want last time. That's why Rhaenyra Targaryen wasn't queen.
Yeah, Rhaenys.
I don't know
her name. But yeah, that was cool. So like, okay, cool, interesting. End of the episode. Cool. Nothing else happened to my knowledge, right? That was about it. Oh, and the dragons were cool as well, right? We saw so many dragons, I thought, in that episode.
Yeah. It was really cool to see. So I remember Game of Thrones, like that was like the hype of the seasons. Like we were just waiting to see a dragon.
And now
they just gave it to us.
Many.
They just straight gave it to us.
They didn't give us one, they gave us a couple.
They gave us a couple. Yeah, so she rides dragons and stuff like that. So, yeah, I mean, I think this is dope. I'm excited. So, I think that pretty much wraps up episode 1. Obviously, we already know where everybody stands. Damien's insane. He likes to chop off limbs. Apparently, he gets his fix that way. Dude's insane. He was, that scene where he was eavesdropping.
Yeah.
Oh, he was eavesdropping on Otto talking about him being heir to the throne. And Otto was like, whatever happens, we cannot have Damien be heir. And he heard, right?
I mean, think sneaky guy.
Yeah, I mean, little slithery snake. I mean, think about it. As far as you know it, you're heir to the throne because your brother has not had a kid and his kid has died and his wife is dead. And you still hear from Otto saying, hey, this guy's insane. Like, there's no way we can have him be king. Like, what would you think about it from Damon's perspective? Like, he's in his mind, he's rightfully next in line, right? He already thinks his brother's weak. His brother's dying. His brother has all these health issues. He can't get his family in check. His wife's dead. His son's dead, and he's still holding on to it. And then now he wants to make his daughter an heir as a last ditch effort, like Hail Mary.
Yeah,
and you're being talked behind your back. Like, I would be upset. I'd be pissed.
It's horrible.
I'd be pissed.
And we started off like that episode with just, basically taunting him, right? So he's now he's left King's Landing. He's gone to Dragonstone, and he's chilling over there, right?
Yeah. Wasn't he banished?
He was. Yeah, he was banished. Yeah. He told him.
He called him into his in the episode 1. He called him to his chambers. They had a conversation. Said, "Did you say what I think you said?" Damien, obviously with his sly eyes, said, "No, I don't know what you're talking about." And he said, "You were mocking my son and my daughter," and banished him. And then he tried to. So there is a part in that scene where he stepped forward, and the King's Guard said, "Nope, unsheath their weapons." I don't know if he was going to try to hurt his brother or just like try to argue with his brother, but his brother was not having it.
Yeah, he was definitely not down for the brotherly love, as it were.
Yeah, he said, take yourself, your silver hair, and your side piece and get out of here.
And your side piece.
And get out of here.
Get out of here.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So that pretty much cascades and that snowballs into episode 1. Episode 2, sorry.
Episode 2. Episode 2 was basically King Viserys going shopping, looking for a wife, and whatever he could get. So, there was a couple of offers. So the most interesting one was Paulus was basically offering up his daughter, which is Viserys's niece, just so you know, because it is ancestral, as Targaryens are.
Wait, I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? So
is his niece?
Paulus,
I didn't know that.
Paulus is married to Rhaenys, right?
Yeah. Oh, no. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's essentially his niece, right? That's her uncle, right? So
Rhaenys is married
all
to
ancestral anyway. So yeah, Paulus offered his daughter as a big power move to basically say, hey, you know what? Have my daughter. I want you to. Basically, what it means is that he has some sort of sway, right? Because he's offering
he has some
soul.
power.
Yeah.
He's in line for the throne. If shit hits the fan and things go south, I guess Corlys is in line for the throne. That's how he's thinking about it.
I don't think that's how it works anyway. I don't think he'll be in line for the throne, but I just think it means he has a direct line of communication there. He'll always have that. Right? He can always talk to the king. He could always be a confidant, basically. So,
okay, that makes sense.
Corlys is a bit interesting. So I don't quite understand his character. His character is a bit sly. He's a bit rash. He's the master of ships. Basically, he controls all the shipping lanes, the trading, the warships, everything. That's all him. So there's currently an issue going on with the crab. Was it crab feeder? That guy?
Yeah, crab. That's what they call him, crab feeder.
So, and they're basically killing all the shipping, the trade, the merchants. All the shipping lanes are being disrupted by these people, and these people are basically like a free city. They're like rogues, and they're just doing that. I don't know what the reason is. I think it's just for fun, but they're just attacking Westerosi ships, and that's it, basically, for now. So he wants to get rid of them. King's saying no, don't do anything, whatever. So what the aim is he wants to get rid of that. He wants more power. He's training his daughter to be a suitor for the king, right?
But Otto was Mr. Hightower was slick and slid his reverse Uno card in there. His daughter Alicent Hightower as a companion, right? In episode 1, he's sent him to obviously Viserys' quarters to comfort him. And he said, hey, make sure you wear a nice gown. And so I think at that point, Alicent, because I was like, oh, that's nice. I mean, he's going to send his daughter over there to comfort. That's really cool. You know, they're friends. He's obviously
different to have a comfort.
Yeah, and then he said, wear the dress. And I was like, whoa, okay. Whoa. But you do have to take consideration the time period, right? I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, whoa, that's crazy, you know, but you have to take consideration it's Game of Thrones. Yeah. Right? It's Game of Thrones. People are wilding out here. But yeah, it sent Alicent. Alicent knew the assignment, so she went, and obviously I don't think she really wanted anything to do with it, but you know, that's her father.
She's gotta do it. Yeah,
she's gotta do it. So she went to his quarters. So Otto kind of got in there first, and then Corlyn is trying to get his daughter in there too.
Yeah, Corlys. I don't think Corlys would be successful because, like, obviously Viserys he wants fast. He wants to have a child fast, and his daughter's only 12, which is insane. And so yeah, that's basically what he's going for. And then Alicent is a little bit older, and she can probably bear children. I think that's why he wanted to do that. So when he picked his wife essentially at the small council meeting, it was a bit of a surprise, but it also is a betrayal to Corlys because Corlys is now going to be upset.
Pissed. Corlys was pissed,
and guess where he went? To Daemon.
Okay, let's rewind. We're going like 0 to 100 real quick to the end of the episode. We have to rewind and talk about the iconic part about that episode. We all know we're talking about the egg. I have
to say, right, Otto is the hand of a king.
Yeah, he's the right hand.
He makes like important decisions. So whose idea? Why did he and his smart self get a group of, essentially he was basically gonna have a battle, right? Why did he get
basically?
Why did he get them through this narrow little bridge? Yeah, I don't know what he was thinking, but he was like, you know what? I want this egg back that Daemon stole, right? Because he was also having a child with what he said he was, but I don't think he wasn't. I don't think he was actually, because we later find out that he was just bluffing.
He was just bluffing. Yeah.
So you know, that whole situation is happening, and he decided, I'm gonna bring my little army in this very narrow bridge, trying to fight a guy who has a dragon. Like, let's be real here, right? You're Otto. You made this decision to basically suicide, right? That's insane. Why would you do that? Did you? I
don't think Otto thought it through, but Otto seems to have this like undying loathing and hate for the bottom of his loins for Daemon. When he rocked up, right? We knew what it was, right? Daemon comes out and he's like, I got the eggs. It is what it is. You ain't going to do anything. And Otto said, let me roast you over the fires of hell. Like, he went in on his side piece. He called her a you-know-what, threatened her life and the unborn child. This man, I've never seen a medieval roast till that day. and he roasted him in more than like he went. He was hitting him, bang, bang, bang.
Yeah, to make him shut up, he brought his goddamn dragon.
That's what it was. Yeah, he drew. They drew swords, and the dragon popped out. I think it's so. So one thing, this might sound weird, but I love the attention to detail. You know how traditional dragons sound? They got the roar, right?
Yeah.
I think it's so cool that these dragons sound more like snakes. Like I was sitting there and I kept rewinding, and I kept kind of thinking about how they sound. Like there were clicks, there's sounds of like a whale, and there were sounds of like a snake. And it's more like a high pitch more than like a hissing, traditional low just growl like of a dragon, like traditional movies and films. So I love how they did the dragons.
Yeah, normally they do dinosaur-y sounds, right?
Yes. And I don't know, for me it makes them more menacing. It makes them sound more like a predator.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
that
man.
Was cool,
so they're going so they're going at it toe to toe, and Otto's laying into Damien. And his last straw, like I feel like Otto was just going like I think Otto went there to get back the egg, but he also went there to make a point. It wasn't just like, yo, give me the egg back. You're obviously in your sister's domain. This is her establishment. Like this is her castle. When she gets of age, get out of here. And he was just like, well, while I'm here, might as well just let my hate just overflow its cup into Damien. And he was going in on him. I think the last straw for Damien was obviously threatening his unborn child, which Damien was bluffing, rightfully so, because it was a smart move. Mind games. I mean, I think that's one thing we all know that's very prevalent in the series of mind games. It's House of Dragons, Game of Thrones, right? It's chess, not checkers. So he's trying to make some moves, and he mentions his unborn child and his soon-to-be queen. And it was interesting. So I didn't know why when he was, I don't want to go too far forward. So basically they're going back and forth. They unsheath their sword. They're still, and they're about to go at it because Otto threatened the unborn child. Little did he know what was lurking in behind the hill, behind the mountain. The dragon comes out, man. And I was like, who is about to go down?
Yeah, I thought that was it for Otto. I was like,
thought that was
he's getting barbecued tonight. But he unsheathed. Obviously, he was like, all right, boys, sheath your swords. That's it. It's time to go back.
We can't win this. We can't win this.
And then out of nowhere, smell that?
Guess who comes to the rescue?
Smell it's the Rock. It's the Rhaenyra coming. She's cooking up a storm. She grabbed her own one.
Could you smell what Rhaenyra is cooking?
Rhaenyra. And yeah, she grabbed a little dragon. She made a point. I thought it was pretty brave. She got some umph to her, you know.
I think she got some style points there.
Yeah, she was like, yeah, I ain't taking nothing. You want to end it right here? End it right here. And he said, whatever. So that makes me think, right? That move that she played, she gave him an open opportunity to kill her, right?
I mean, she called his bluff, rocked up, said, hey, we know what this is about. You despise me because I've been deemed heir to the throne, which you think you should rightfully have. Let's do it. Let go. Kill me right here where I stand. And Damien, as no matter how crazy he is, I think he has this hate-love relationship with his sister. Like he loves his sister. They are close. That's one thing I would say. They seem close. I could be wrong, but they seem close. Yeah. He didn't kill her. He kind of threw a hissy fit, walked off.
I mean, his niece. Remember? That's not his sister. Rhaenyra
that's not his sister?
Not his sister. It's his niece.
Oh, because that's why do I keep thinking they're brother and sister? He is the niece. Yes, he's the king's brother.
There's Rhaenys and there's Rhaenyra. That's why you're getting confused. Rhaenys is their sister. Rhaenyra is Viserys' daughter.
Oh no! I know the names, but for some reason, the way they were interacting, I thought they were brother and sister.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I was just like, okay, brother and sister about to go at it. But yeah, okay, now that makes more sense. And obviously, as we've seen, there's a line that he will not cross, and that's obviously trying to assassinate Rhaenyra, because that would be a all-out war, and I think that's a war he knows he'll lose. Yes, he's got what do they call them, the gold cloaks?
Gold cloaks, yeah.
Yeah, he's got it, but that's like 20, 30 odd men versus a whole kingdom and a naval army. I mean, dragons. Yeah, and dragons. You're not winning that, buddy.
Not winning that. So okay, fair enough. Look, I also think now this is a prediction. I think the way it's gonna go out is Daemon is eventually going to marry Rhaenyra, and that'll be the solution to the problem. but it wouldn't
Wait,
be a
what?
full solution. I think he's gonna marry her, right? I think
You
that's
think
gonna
Damien's
happen.
gonna marry Rhaenyra?
Yeah, eventually, not straight away. I don't think it would happen now. There's no like.
Why would Rhaenyra marry Damien? And like, there's got to be some wild events. Like, her father's got to die. The city's got to get
that's what I
overthrown.
mean.
Damien's probably gonna marry her by force. Is that like that's the only way I see
think it'll
Rhaenyra?
be. I don't think it will be by force. I think it'll be mutual.
What? Do you
It's
think
a
they're gonna?
prediction, early prediction?
Okay. I see. Okay, I'm trying to wrap my head around that. So, but because as of right now, where all the chess pieces lay, Alicent Hightower is marrying
Cerys, yeah.
Viserys.
Yep, that's what's happening. And guess
So-
what? Friggin' Otto won. Otto got his, victory points there.
So, do you think Damien and Rhaenyra are gonna marry just to kind of keep their family?
Well, okay. So two things because of this. Rhaenyra is pure blood, right? That means
She is, yes.
pure Targaryen, and so
100%.
is
Damien.
Daemon. Daemon is also pure blood, and them combined together is also pure blood. And we know that pure bloods have been going on for a while, right? And as a result, pure bloods. We also have eventually we have what's a I've completely forgot about the Khaleesi. We also have Khaleesi, who's a pure Targaryen,
And her crazy brother.
and a crazy brother by Serion or whatever his name was. I can't remember. I
Okay,
think his also
so
name.
you're I see what you're doing. You're looking
Future. I'm
forward
looking
and
in
back
the
at the
future.
same time. Yeah, I see what you're
feel
saying.
like that might happen.
That's where she.
There
you
is
think that's where
different
she came
combos.
from.
But
Okay.
also, they are more Targaryens. It's not just them three. There's more.
There are more.
There's
And I think
cousins
there'll be
and stuff like that.
and I think there'll be more introduced down the
Yeah,
line.
exactly.
Right? I mean, we're only on episode 2, so there's got to be more Targaryens around there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We only see
So
like 5.
Yeah.
More.
So so basically I see I'm looking at the characters. Basically I see where the power struggle is. Obviously Corlys, am I saying his name right? Corlys.
Yeah, Corlys.
Valyrian. He wanted his daughter to wed the king because she was half Valyrian and half Targaryen, right? I.e. the hair.
Yeah.
So she's 50-50, and that's better than 0
Exactly.
Targaryen, which is Alicent. But
Yes.
obviously, like you said, Viserys is more concerned, we're thinking off the top of our head, his motive is more that Alicent is of age where she can bear a child or close to it.
Yeah.
And Otto's his right-hand man. I don't know if it has anything with Otto. I know. But Otto, I don't know. Otto seems like he has ulterior motive.
I
He
think
has that
Otto
just like that.
He reminds me of
He has that face.
was it Balon? No, I forgot his name. From Game of Thrones. He reminds me of that slick devil guy, right?
Yep, I know what you're talking about. Yep.
He reminds me of him.
Littlefinger.
Littlefinger. Reminds me of him. I think he
Yes,
has
that's like
some idea.
he has that. Yes. Yep. You called it. You hit the nail on the head. He has that kind of that just look in his eye, like he's like, okay, I'm here. I'm playing by the rules.
He's playing by
Right?
he's playing the game.
I'm playing the game exactly how my king wants me to, but there's an underlying goal here.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm sorry. At the end of the day, it just seems like Viserys is like in a pond full of piranhas, and everybody's trying to take their bite. Literally, that's all it is. Like, they know he's on his way out. They know he's dying. He has no wife. He has no child. He has no heir. So everybody's just like out here trying to take advantage of it. Rightfully so. I mean, that's the name of the game back in the day, right? In Game of Thrones, it's like, yay, the name of the game is get to the throne.
Yeah, get to the throne, and that kind of is how it ends, right? I mean, he makes that big announcement.
Makes that big
Rhaenyra
announcement,
is
storms out.
arguably annoyed because that is her best mate, and her dad is marrying her best mate.
Yeah,
So,
and Alicent didn't tell her.
That's true.
Alicent kept it on the down low. I mean, imagine, yeah. I mean, think about between me and you, right? I'm like, yo, Sammy, you're my best friend. Everything's cool. My family's literally just gone down the drain. Everybody's dying. We're falling apart. To find out that somebody I'm close to is like, hey, I'm gonna rock with Sammy right there. He's gonna be my husband. I would be pissed, bro. I'd be like, and you didn't tell me that you're gonna be my papa?
I'm sorry, bro. It's just the way it is.
I'd be pissed. You're my stepdad? Hell no.
Call me daddy now, boy.
Call me daddy. Call me
Call me
papa.
daddy
So
now,
I get why she's upset. Obviously, that's her best friend. But man, Alicent knew. She couldn't even make eye contact, so she knew what she did was messed up.
All right. Okay. Fair enough. Big things happen that episode. So I want to ask, what is your future prediction for the next one? Next episode. What do you think?
Well, seeing as that at the very end, Mr. Corliss and Mr. Damien had a meeting of the minds where what they call themselves, the second sons,
which is
the second
weird.
Sons,
Second son,
which is weird, but
that.
obviously they talked about it and it makes sense. I mean, they're that close to the throne, but it's been taken away from them. And I mean, Corley, I feel like I keep saying his name wrong. How do you say his name? Corliss. Built everything he has on his back from the ground up, so he's driven, and he's like, "There's no way this opportunity is gonna be taken from me." So man, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect him to be talking to Damien, but it's weird because Damien still has this odd loyalty, twisted loyalty to his brother Viserys. Because I mean, if you notice, Corliss was going in on his brother, talking about how he can't lead, he's weak, blah blah. He said, "Hey, now one thing's gonna be straight. I can talk about brother, but you ain't gonna talk about brother like that. Now we can go murder him, but you're not gonna talk anything bad about him.
Yeah, so
or we can plot against him." So there's this respect, jealousy. He probably looks up to his Viserys. They're brothers. He'll never get rid of that bond. So he has this odd love-hate, jealousy, envy. He probably loathes him because his opportunity's been taken away. So yeah, that does make sense. But yeah, episode 3, I see it pretty much just going more into Damien and Corliss.
Corliss. Yeah, I think basically he's gonna deal with. He's gonna sort out the issue with the Stepstones. He's gonna win favor in the general populace, but I don't think he's gonna betray his brother. I don't think that's gonna happen.
I don't think right now. I don't think right now. I don't think
Corliss is gonna eat shit. Honestly,
Corliss is going to.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. If you're Damien, right, you're already, I guess you say, brink of combat with your brother and his army at the what do they call it, Dragonstone? The Dragonstone Keep?
Yeah.
Obviously, he's smart enough to know that he can't win that battle. So I think Damien, he's looking to play the long game. Corliss is thinking of playing the short game. He's just like, I'm fed up with this. I'm tired. He didn't accept my daughter. Let's go. I think what's going to happen is Damien's going to play along with Corliss, use his navy, get power, get sway. Right? He's got the gold capes, so he gets the love of the navy. And then he kind of plays a long game, drags it out, so Corliss thinks he's rocking with him, throws Corliss under the bus, and says, "Hey, Viserys, I caught this traitor." Gains favor for Viserys.
Yeah.
And he grows closer. I think that's his long game. I mean, because family is family. I mean, because the minute he divulges and reveals his plan to overthrow his brother, he's a traitor. He's marked a traitor, and he's never getting near that throne. So I think he'll throw Corliss under the bus. Or under the dragon.
I also think Viserys is not going to have a son in time. And I also think that he's going to die in a critical moment. But I don't think it's going to happen in episode 3. I think that's definitely in the future. But in episode 3, I definitely think we're going to see a little bit more dragons. Maybe.
I hope so. I think Alicent's going to die.
I want to know what happens with the Stepstones. Because it's going to be a war, but it's going to be a foot war. It's not going to be a war with dragons, surely.
The Stepstones, are you talking about the keep?
Oh, Stepstones is going to be the crab feeder.
Oh, yeah, at the very end. Yeah, that was pretty... I'm like, okay, this villain... I mean, you already know it's good when villains don't talk.
Yeah, Stepstone's going to be the crab feeder. I wonder what he's going to play. They're building him up to seem like a dangerous fellow.
Yeah, twisted, demented. He's out here just...
So he, like, nails people to, like, the like kind of beach and just have
and lets crabs eat them. Yeah. I like it. A little bit twisted.
I mean,
I like it. Yeah. I mean, just like any typical Game of Thrones season, you have this evil enemy that's approaching, right? It's inevitable. This slow decay, and we have to stamp out the parasite. But like everything Game of Thrones, you have inner turmoil. So yeah, I think Alicent Hightower is gonna die. I really think so.
That's like a given. Any sort of like kind of neutral woman or neutral person usually dies. It's unfortunate.
She's gonna die. Right? She's definitely gonna die.
Yeah, we'll see. We can kind of already, knowing how Game of Thrones was, you can kind of predict what's gonna happen to these characters, which is interesting. Yeah,
So
I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's fun.
Yeah, so I have a question. A lot of people aren't thinking about this. What do you think is going to happen to Mysteria? Mysteria is Damien's side piece.
I think that she's just a deplorable character. She's not very important. I don't think it matters.
Do you really think they brought her in and they brought her this far into episode 2 just to be like she's just going to die by herself, lonely, betrayed? No way.
According to everyone and Damon, it was supposed to be his wife, and he's supposed to liberate her, but it ends up that she isn't of any noble like house. She's just
nope.
a what, and no one cares really about her. So I don't think she'll have too much of a role other than just being a nuisance for Damon.
I think she's going to flip on him.
Yeah, I think she's gonna be a nuisance to him, but maybe not to the level of Tyrion's side piece.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Not to that level. Yeah. I think it'll be definitely be pretty bad. I think it'll be annoying, but not catastrophic. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think she'll be definitely a player in the game that a lot of people won't see coming. If she really decides to say, "Hey, I hate Damien," you know what I mean? He smells like foot cheese. I ain't got no time for him. I'm out. He can't protect me. He's not the man he said he was. I'm out. I'm gonna sabotage. So. And another person I want to touch on. What about Mr. Christian Cole, Mr. Fancy, Mr. Handsome Nightman?
So I think it's gonna be like a love interest, perhaps.
Oh, you already know.
He's gonna be
Rhaenyra.
Yeah, I think he's gonna bounce around a little bit, and he would die in a blade of death. Whilst everyone likes him, at the peak of everyone liking him, he's gonna die.
He's gonna die. Yeah, I mean, he's not on anybody's bad side. He's a knight. He's one of the few knights, as we've seen through that presentation of all the knights that have been. Apparently, they get their knighthood through battle, but apparently there are some knights who've never seen combat, and they make their knighthood over catching horse thieves and stuff out in the country. But this guy has actually seen battle out there a couple times.
He's from Dawn, so he's all the people with the orange banners, basically. That's Martells and everyone. He's one of the Martells, but he's not a Martell. He's from that area.
He's from that area. Okay, so he's probably okay. Yeah, I do see that happening. Like a love interest between him and Rhaenyra. I see that maybe growing into something. But yeah, there's very few players. And as we go on, I mean, I think they're doing a great job of introducing everybody, kind of laying the plot, laying the field, and I'm excited to see what new players come in episode 3.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. So that was a great little wrap up of explaining 1, 2, and 3. We had to catch up on 1 because we didn't do it last time, but yeah.
I think it was good. I think we were able to jam 1 and 2 in there. I'm excited for episode 3. We already threw our theories out there. If you do listen to the cast or go down the YouTube section route, definitely leave your comments down below what you think is going to happen in upcoming episodes, your theories, your fan theories, your hopes, your wants, your dreams, your hates, who you loathe. Drop that down there. And I do want to thank everybody who's been sharing the podcast, and also everybody who's been retweeting my tweets, who's followed Sami in his the boxing match recap. We'll do a lot more of that. We have yet to live tweet about Game of Thrones, but we'll get around to that, and we hope to connect you guys on these conversations. I think House of Dragons is something we all love and adore, so let's start a conversation about it. We will, like usual, I do ask everybody to, if you do have time, just follow us on TikTok, grow that TikTok following. We put highlights on there. We will be bringing cams to the forefront, so you will see our faces or our lovely voices in the future, so think about that too. So we'll get some better highlights. So thank you for bearing with us on that. Do you have anything you want to say, Mr. Sami, to the people?
I would say thank you for watching, or listening rather, and watching our TikToks and stuff. It's been great. Thank you. I'll say
yeah, peace. We appreciate it. We're slowly growing. But you guys have a great week. We will see you guys next week, every Tuesday. You know what it is. A new episode. We'll see you guys for episode 7.
Yeah.
Episode 7. We're almost episode 10. Like I said, we do have some lovely guests lined up. We have some really cool content planned for you guys. I'm excited. The sky's the limit. So just bear with us, hang with us. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Thank you for taking our hands willingly and walking down this path with us. Welcome to the Banter Club, whatever you want to call Banter Camp. But thank you for rocking with us, and we hope to grow this community more. We're excited. But it's been a great episode. You already know what it is. 2 of the best hosts in the podcast game. Sami, the one and only. Mr. Don Dada. Mr. El Jefe. and me. Hope you guys enjoyed it. You guys have a great week. I'll see you guys next Tuesday. Peace.